All right. Well, thanks everyone for coming today. So for our agenda, this is it. Wanted to welcome all of you to the HomeGauge Together Fall 2021 conference. Before diving into our session, just wanted to introduce myself to those of you I've not yet met. My name is Carla Heatherly, and I'm the Director of Web Services here at HomeGauge. I started working with HomeGauge as a contractor back in 2015, building websites and writing content for inspectors. And I have been full-time with the web team since 2017, when one of the co-founders, Russell, brought me on board to build out HomeGauge's search engine optimization program. And I've been here ever since. So now let's get to the stuff y'all came here for. We'll talk about all things web. Most things web. All right, this slide says it all. If it isn't on Google, it doesn't exist. So your online success is all about committing to building your business and making Google love your website. Without a website and Google's love, you simply cannot compete in your local market. Why do I need a website? We still have inspectors call us who are not convinced that they need a website. So they call web services and want us to talk them into getting one. The bottom line is you simply must be online in order to build your business and gain customers. Especially if you're a service-based business, because your website is your storefront. Compared to rent and utilities, the monthly costs to host and manage your website are minimal. And the lights are always on. People can check you out and contact you whenever they want. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Even if you have a strong referral network from realtors or past customers, potential customers will still look for your company online and they expect to find you. 90% of new customers will search for home inspectors in their area. If you're not online, you are missing out on 90% of people who need your services if you don't have a website. Furthermore, they want to have a positive experience on your website before they will even consider contacting you and hiring you for an inspection. So what makes for a good user experience? That's a very good question. First, let's look at what causes a bad user experience. Broken links or 404s, an outdated design that isn't user-friendly and doesn't work across all devices, and websites that are slow to load will not only cause you to lose a potential customer, it will also affect where you rank in the search results. Google does not favor sites with high bounce rates. A bounce rate is when a customer visits your website and immediately leaves it without exploring further or taking any action on it. So technology and user behavior is always changing. Design trends change, browsers change, user preferences change. And if you're not keeping up with these changes on your website, you will get left behind. In order to stay compliant with the latest browser versions and current best practices, it is important to get a new website at least every 3 years. So website design best practices in 2021. Minimalism. The less clutter, the better. A user wants to easily find what they're looking for and be able to take action on the website. They don't want to have to plow through pages and pages and many navigational menus just to get to a contact button or a form. A well-designed website is going to make navigation easy and provide accurate information. So responsive. As the mobile user base increases, strong visual cues and search experience are critical factors in website design in 2021. So over 65% of users are viewing your site on a mobile device. So your site must look good and work across devices, from smartphones to tablets to laptops to desktops. Along with this, speed is very important. So as I touched on earlier, Google does rank quick loading websites higher than slower sites. It takes only 3 seconds for 53% or half of users to abandon a slow loading site. I am one of these users. I have no patience. 3 seconds is a very, very short time to lose a customer before they've even seen your website. User-friendly. This is probably perhaps what Google values the most, is that a website is friendly to the users and the visitors that are on it are finding good information. 3 seconds is how quickly a visitor will make a decision on whether to stay on your site or visit a competitor. If your site is old, dated, slow, and basically just looks bad, a visitor will move on to the next one. There are plenty of options out there when they're searching for someone and they don't have a preference at this point in time. So people want confidence in the person they're hiring, and a dated or not user-friendly website tells them that you don't care about their business because you're not putting your best face forward for your digital storefront. And finally, great content. So content is king. It's become more and more important over the years. Google does place a big value on what type of content is on your site, and they want your site to be relevant and to be helpful to users is the most important thing. If there's not good stuff on your website, no one will visit. And if no one visits, Google will not show you the love. So digital marketing and SEO work. Digital marketing and SEO, they work in conjunction with your other marketing efforts. It is not a replacement for them. A good website with good SEO is the foundation of your business, but you still have to build relationships, attend community functions, sponsor local organizations, set up your Google My Business profile, and invest in other offsite marketing efforts. Facebook, everyone's favorite, can help you get started with a community online, and it can also drive traffic to your website, and it's free. So for Facebook, an easy way to build traffic to your website, simply by setting up a Facebook business page and inviting all of your friends to like the page. Also invite industry partners to like your Facebook business page. This would be people like realtors, roofers, electricians, subcontractors who you have relationships with. Relevant information that you share as an experienced home inspector, it has a lot of weight behind it, and it helps you to build your brand. Asking people to like your page usually also results in reciprocal likes, which can help you even further expand your audience. So what this means is that when you share an interesting article, you can reach more people. A realtor shares your link, for example, on 5 signs you need a new roof. And someone reads it, they like it, they share it, and then it gets shared again. And then just one little post you made all of a sudden has this greater reach. Why this is important is if someone clicks on the link to that article, they're going to land on your site. Any click to your site is counted as a visit by Google, and you want Google to see that your site is relevant and people are going to it. This is why it's important to produce shareable content that helps the community. Most important thing is to be helpful and keep politics out of it. This is your business page. You want to be there as a resource for customers, and you want to build that community where you are that valued resource for them. So now let's talk SEO, or search engine optimization, or how to get Google to love you. They are all the same thing. First of all, I've said this before, I'm sure many of you have heard me say it, but I'm going to say it again. SEO is a marathon, not a sprint. Think of your website as your house. SEO is your utility bill to keep the lights on, so to speak. All good SEO work happens over time. There is no quick fix. Nothing good and long-lasting will happen overnight. A website without SEO is like a car without gas or a house without power. It's just kind of sadly sitting there. SEO is essential for your website to show in search engine results so that you can grow your business. Search engine optimization, or SEO, increases organic traffic to your website. Organic traffic is the visitors that come to your website naturally, meaning that they search for Home Inspector Asheville or insert your service area. Your site is returned in the results and they click the link and visit your website. These visits come directly from a search engine's result page, not from paid ads. Paid traffic is what you get from Google AdWords and other paid SEO strategies. So when users type in a search, they're presented with a set of results that includes the pages ranking on the top positions organically and a set of ads, which you will see denoted with the word ad. This is what differentiates that traffic from organic results. The main difference between organic traffic and paid search traffic is that organic traffic is free, while paid traffic is paid for. With SEO, you can get traffic for free 24/7, but it is not instant. It takes time for good SEO to work and generate results. With paid traffic, you can get faster results, but you will have to pay each time someone clicks on your ads and visits your website. Another difference between organic and paid traffic is that once you stop the paid ads, traffic to your website will drop. With organic traffic, you'll continue to get traffic for as long as you continue to deliver fresh and relevant content to your users. Okay, there are two different types of SEO. So on-page or on-site SEO covers all of the technical optimization strategies that are implemented on the website that you're trying to rank. So in other words, on-page SEO tailors the content of a website to appeal both to users and search engines. Off-page SEO, or off-site SEO, helps your domain establish authority in the eyes of search engines. So this would include backlinks or link building, which is other reputable websites linking back to your website. These are both factors in improving your domain's authority. So are online citations. This is anywhere that your business information appears in an online directory or listing. And a higher domain authority gives you more juice with Google. You always want that. All right, so blogging for SEO. So content is king. The most impactful thing that you can do for your website is to add new content on a regular basis. So this encourages the search engines to crawl your site more frequently because it shows them the lights are on and your site is relevant and useful. HomeGauge's SEO Builder program includes the on-page technical SEO that we talked about, and also we write one original blog post per month. We share that blog post to your Facebook business page if we've been given administrator access to it. We also encourage you to boost these posts to reach a wider audience. On Facebook, you can set your boost budget for as low as $5 up to whatever amount you're willing to spend. Blog should have long tail keywords, meaning a few words that describe the content of the article and terms that someone would search for. And these are set by your SEO content producer on the back end of your website. So the next slide, it will show examples of popular posts that give our inspectors the most traction and clicks on social media. All right, so of these 3 posts, 5 spring home maintenance projects outperformed the home inspection posts on drones and new construction inspections. So the keyword here is spring home maintenance projects. This drills it down to describing not only home maintenance, but projects that are completed in the spring. So a homeowner searching for inspiration online will likely search for spring home projects, spring maintenance projects, or spring home maintenance. So we set the keyword for this blog to cover those variations. Here's another example of 3 blogs. So for these, how to declutter your home was number 1. And this topic consistently performs for our inspectors as does how to improve curb appeal and 5 easy DIY projects to boost the value of your home. So we often will refer to them as the HGTV type blogs. Those are the ones that are popular for the community, that are shareable and that are interesting and that people will click on, and every click is a click to your site. The reason that all of these posts work is because they help the user. All right, let's talk about Google My Business. This is the single most important citation or online listing that you can have. Your Google business listing accounts for 20+% of your local SEO or your local search. So as a service-based online business without a brick and mortar storefront, this listing is even more critical for inspectors. So your company's name, address, and phone number, or NAP, should be identical in every online listing, even down to whether street is spelled out or abbreviated. So Google values accurate information for its users and will rank listings that have any discrepancies lower than listings with information that matches across online directories. So if you do nothing else, create your Google My Business profile, completely fill it out with accurate information, and most importantly, ask your customers to review you. The quality and the quantity of your reviews will make a huge difference in where you show up in the search results. If you use HomeGauge software, you can even set up a time-released message or a TRM that will automatically send an email to your customers asking for a review. So Google reviews are everything. Let's take a look. All right, so what we're looking at here is page 1 of the search engine results page, which is we call SERPs, and it's the maps and the listing. So this is one of our inspectors, Mike Denightson. Aztec Home Inspections, this is company, built their first site with us in 2018 and then launched a new website with us in March of 2021. So Mike actively markets his business and regularly asks for reviews from his customers. He's been in our SEO program for 4 years, beginning with his first site launch and continuing through today. So the results you see here with Aztec being on page 1 of Google are from the work he's done and also the work we've done. So building a business takes time and effort. We've supported Mike and his website and followed best practices, shared great content, and he's done an amazing job with all of the offsite marketing that's necessary to support our work. So he's currently the returned first in maps, and he is the first home inspection website returned organically by Google on page 1, which is amazing. So just buying a website and not doing anything further is not going to help you build your business. I do recommend, Mike is actually presenting in HomeGauge Together today at 2:50. Do your customers know you exist? I definitely encourage anyone here to attend that. It has some really great information directly from an inspector, and it's free. So encourage you to attend that. And finally, don't forget to track your results. Google Analytics lets you track multiple metrics so you can see traffic trends, popular pages, user experience, and device functionality. So the main purpose of Google Analytics is to track your website activity like session duration, pages per session, bounce rate, along with users on your site and the source of the traffic. This is extremely valuable information that you will not know without Google Analytics. We'll look at some data on the next slide. I'm looking at my time and I know that I'm feeling like I'm speeding up, but it's because I don't want to run out of time. So hopefully you guys can look back over this if you want to, the recording. Okay, so Google Analytics year-over-year data for 6 months. So what we're looking at here, both inspectors shown are in our SEO program and saw significant growth in organic traffic and increased conversions. So one shows the number for the inspector that's been with us for 18 months, saw 112% growth in organic traffic, and overall traffic was up 58.82%. And then you can see the same data for the 48-month SEO inspector. So Conversions for them were also up. A conversion is any event where a user contacts the inspector from the website. So this would include telephone calls, contact forms, emails, and texts. So once the contact is made, it's up to you to book the inspection. Markets and service areas do vary widely, as do the offsite marketing efforts put forth by each inspector. It is easier to rank in a small town or rural area than it is in Dallas or San Diego. There are fewer inspectors and there's less competition. So those are just the facts. But a good website with good content and good SEO will give you great results long-term. Okay, that's it. Takeaways recap. SEO and online marketing, most successful with an engaged inspector doing offsite SEO to help support quality SEO work from a trusted web company. So I hope this has been helpful. There's great information in all the different sessions for HomeGauge together today, and I hope y'all plan to attend each of those as well. I'll be back again here at 3:50 with Chelsea, our senior project manager, to tell you about web products and services that we offer. And that's all I got. So it looks like we have barely any time for questions, but if there are any that we can squeak into my last minute, I'm happy to answer them. There are no questions?
Just lots of thank you, Carla.
I have a question just came in. So
Okay.
the question is, you built a website for me 5 years ago and it's still working really well. Do I need a new one?
Okay, I would say the answer is yes, and I'm really, really glad. Thank you guys for speaking up, because then I stopped and I was like, oh my God, was I on, or was I just doing this whole thing? So, okay, so yes, the answer to that question is yes, you do. Browsers are updating constantly, design trends change. Even if you have someone managing your website, they can't go back and build it from scratch. It's like if you buy a car that's a 2021 and you have one that still works from 2018, they're still going to have different features. And you can't be like, well, now I want my 2021 car to have, or my 2018 car to have the same features as a 2021 car. It doesn't work like that. So yes, industry standard is to update your website or get a new website at least every 3 years. So that's the answer to that.
Okay, a couple more. Here's one. I don't like Google. Do I have to do anything with them for my business?
Yes, you have to do all of the Google things. I know that people feel strongly about Google one way or the other, but Google does run the internet. And I would say, since I work in web, Google runs the world. Google can make or break your business, and complying with and playing well with Google is certainly important if you want to be competitive. Google My Business listing, absolutely. I don't know if I can stress it enough, but it is absolutely so important that you get that listing up and you start getting reviews. Even if you don't have a website, having that presence will, so that people can find you, and building those reviews can really, really, really help you guys. And I can't stress enough how important that is.
There's another live question. I've read that it is unwise to try to scam Google to boost your ratings.
Indeed it is. Don't do that. Google will find you and they will penalize you. So, there are some shady, what we call in the industry, black hat SEO. And that's usually those offers, or when someone's like, oh, email me and I'll get you on page 1 of Google tomorrow. If it sounds too good to be true, it is too good to be true. And they might be able to do something that will temporarily trick the crawlers or the search engines and spike your traffic. But Google is everything and knows everything, and they will find out and they will penalize your site, and then you'll have to recover from that, because then you'll be starting from way back here because you got in trouble. So don't do that.
Okay. Here's another one. Carla, does it help SEO ranking to have a specific business name describing exactly what you do, like car tire changer, LCC or LLC?
That is a fantastic question. Yes, I would say that, having home inspection in your company name is super important. We have some people who just try to use, so Carla Heatherly, so they would do CHHI. Well, that doesn't really tell you anything for a domain name. If I was trying to be Carla Heatherly Home Inspections and I just used the initials, certainly, if the domain names are available for you to find one that includes home inspection, even better, your service area. A good example of this, we have one of our SEO customers, Lakeland Home Inspections, and he's Home Inspector Lakeland. And it is that is perfect because people are not only going to search for that, but it's also in his domain name. So the domain name is clear and it makes sense. That's going to be helpful for gaining customers. It's also going to be helpful for search engine optimization.
All right, and one last one from Bill. We've got fast loading website means simple graphics or keeping animation down.
Yes, so fast loading websites, definitely I would steer clear of any animation. And this goes back to talking about how design trends change over time. So it used to be really cool, like to have sliders, and everyone was like, oh, this is so neat. But no one on devices is going to just stare at their phone and watch this slideshow go by. That doesn't how things work anymore. So with more and more people moving towards mobile, you definitely want to keep it simple because the user behavior on that is going to be scrolling. You're scrolling constantly. It's going to be on a vertical. So you want to limit animation. Music used to be a cool thing too, but no one likes that anymore. Don't do that. They don't know how to stop it. So don't try to load your site with your favorite song in the background because a user is going to be like, make it stop, and they'll bounce, and you don't want that to happen. So it's certainly keeping it simple and clean and thinking about, how you want to interact with the website. And the user wants control of it and they want to find things quickly, and it's about them, it's not about you, even though the website is about your business, which is about the customer because they are your business.
All right, let's see. I think we have time for one more question, and there are other questions in the Q&A. If we do not answer them live, we will answer them. So don't worry, we will get to you. Just might not be at this second. So this is the last live question that we'll take. It says, honestly, that's somewhat overwhelming. I don't have a lot of time to put into managing a website, social media, etc. I'm a one-man operation at the moment with the potential for adding inspectors. Do you have a package that is helpful that won't break our bank?
So yeah, the session we're doing later this afternoon, we'll talk about our products. So I encourage you to attend that. We are actually, our sites and SEO is very affordable. I come from an agency background, and which is thousands and thousands of dollars for websites and also thousands of dollars for managing an SEO each month. HomeGauge has made our packages very competitive because our goal is to support you and help you grow your business. And, you can use HomeGauge software or you cannot use HomeGauge software. We'll build websites for any home inspector. So I encourage you to attend that or to contact, our web services team and talk with one of our project managers, Ian or Chelsea, and we can give you more information on what we have, but we will be outlining all of that in our session later today. So, but yes, I think that we can certainly help you, and we would love to help you.